Chapter 23. It's nice to see you again, T. Hammond. There was a fork pressed into the dirt and its handle was pointing at me. How unusual that it arrived right here. I was pacing now, back and forth between the utensil and the dead bodies. There was a fork in the road. But why? See, I remember why I'm here. This isn't something new. I've got a mind inside this body, oh yes indeed I do. Now if only I could remember, which one is who? Well, I guess I'm like this fork. No need to question why we're here. We arrived in this dirt, what else is there to fear? Because this fork and I are similar, hence the same spot. Does it ever really end? Maybe, maybe not. Two empty eye slits stared back through T. Hammond's mask while I pulled the human body out from the black jumpsuit. The stretchy black membrane hugged my core as I stepped inside and pulled his arms around my shoulders, and it felt as if his body was just like the fork. Without the life force energy, what else is there to do but wait around in the dirt? I checked the gloves and they fit quite nice. The zipper on the back would be a challenge, but once I held T. Hammond's helmet up to my eye, I swear I saw something flash inside. It was quick, but it jumped for my attention, and I caught sight of a glistening orange glow. I looked again, and I saw him trying to hide. "Hey, T. Hammond," I paused. "I'm really thankful you didn't die." We were running, down the mountains, through the trees, and all I had was a fork, a pair of flint stones, a canvas wrapped around an arrowhead, and one serpent stone. Wait, that's not true. I've got fingers and thumbs. What about these legs and toes too? Orange sunlight flickered through the trees when I stopped and stood near the base of the mountains. The helmet was in my hand. Looking up, the sun appeared as one giant eye, and it was watching high above in the bright blue sky. "Do you know the way?" I asked the sun. "The way to where?" a voice responded. I saw the mask's eye slit staring at the Grand Pyramid across the valley. There. The black membrane contained my heartbeat, but my own mind was unsure without a true voice. Was it he or I? Was it we or me? "There's only one thing I ask," whispered the mask. "Could you show me what you see?" A light jumped through the trees when the sun pierced my view. It spooked my arms when I dropped the helmet, and the copper mask clattered against a rock as it tumbled in the dirt. "Oh no, I'm so sorry, T. Hammond." The mask was safe against my chest while I hugged it. The copper shell had nothing to add, and so the apology was quickly accepted. I brushed the mud and grass from its forehead while the empty eyes stared back into me. "I'll make sure they remember us, T. Hammond. I promise I will. You see, I'm a history keeper, and I'll write what really happened. I'll tell them the true story, the one of good souls trapped in a system of sin. I'll write the real version, how the rich have eternal command, and the poorest people hang on for their lives as their wealthy masters trample them into the very road they built. Yes, it's the poor that never escape the slavery of the rich, isn't it? Their newspapers lie. Capitalism works till we're broke. Praise and greed and fame, it's all counterfeit hope. A world filled with sinners, faith abused by creed, communities forgotten, oh, we'll give them what they need." The mask was pounding in my arms. My hands checked my pockets again to make sure I had everything. But why were there so many zippers and pouches across her hips and thighs? I was still trying to zip up my backside when the voice started to ramble on its own. "And if you cover my skin, I promise to watch our back. I'll give us an identity. I'll start a new pack. Oh, and by the way," I paused, "have you met our dearest Macaulay Jack? T. Hammond and I were mere mortals, human beings growing up to die, but there was a divine light, and it was hanging in that sky. I'm sure T. Hammond's essence was one with her now, and so I held the copper mask up high when the helmet began to shine. This light is our hope. I remember her flame. She was burning to save us. Collie Jack is thy name. I know all their tricks. There's nothing we can't do. Lend me your face, and I promise to be you." My hand stopped petting the mask when I pulled it over my head. Only a moment ago I was afraid to step inside T. Hammond's soul, but once I felt the warmth, I wasn't sure if I'd ever take him off. I looked through his eye and watched life with one eye. Oh, the serendipity to pull another man's skin over the thing you thought you were. Give a man a mask, and he'll show you his true face. Praise be to T. Hammond. Praise be to Collie Jack. God have mercy on our souls and the entirety of our pack. The front gate was only a short walk through the forest. And isn't it funny how right when you have nothing left in life, you realize you never had much to begin with? All we ever needed was a few stones, an arrowhead, a canvas, and maybe this fork too. Oh, and what's this? There was one other item hidden in T. Hammond's side pocket. An orange pill bottle was inside one of the zippers.